Welcome in, everybody. It's another episode of the DNVR Rapids podcast. We are going to you live right after the U.S. women's national team draws 1-1 with the Netherlands in group play, still at the top of the group. I'm your host, Mitchell Carroll, a.k.a. Merchel, a.k.a. proud Golden, Colorado resident. Greatest city in the whole world.
It is right now.
10, Colorado. Represent. I am joined, of course, by super producer Yaya on the ones and twos.
Yeah.
All right, enough about you. We are joined.
It's all about me. It's my show.
We are joined by friend of the program, Colorado Rapids legend, Drew Moor. My guy, welcome back.
Thanks, Mitch. I appreciate it.
You were here at DNVR Bar. You've been here for both the men's and women's World Cup.
It's been too long. It's been too long.
It has. It's been, what, since the World Cup?
Yeah.
How was the crowd tonight? You were down in the middle of it. A bunch of the guys came out from the team. What was the experience like for you guys here?
I was impressed. I'm not going to lie. I knew that we're kind of in a back corner here, right? Y'all don't want to display us, which, you know, we can talk about that after the show. That might have been our call. I don't know. But
Drew, when we knew you were coming, we're like, put him in the corner, shut the lights off.
That's what I figured. Yeah.
It's like a VIP experience.
It
you know
is,
what I'm saying?
is,
It's
yeah.
like
No,
velvet ropes, you know?
I enjoy it. I'm kind of a homebody,
Sure.
right? I'm more shy than I think people realize, so I don't mind the back corner.
Right.
And I came out every once in a while to
And you had Yaya
partake.
talking your ear off.
Exactly, but
Yeah.
the crowd was amazing. When the U.S. scored, the place went absolutely bananas, and it was like, all right, we're into it now, you know.
I mean, there's only been Colorado goals scored in the tournament so far.
That's it.
Literally.
Yeah, that's it.
Only Colorado's allowed to score in this.
You know, Lyndsey actually, she was coached by the Rapids second team coach Eric Boucher little bit growing up. Yeah.
Wow.
And she's come out within the last month in preparation and done a little bit out at the
With R2?
Yeah, with R2.
Dang, she probably cooks out there, I bet.
She's a baller, man.
Was that
She's
not the most, as Dwayne Brown, our friend, co-host downtown Dwayne Brown said, the most FU goal?
Yeah. She's a baller though. Like it's a good header, you know.
Right.
Like she went and she attacked it, and did what she had to do. You know?
It was. I mean, you're in a scrape like that. Have you ever had a moment like that where like you immediately got justice over the person you were just in a bit of a head-to-head with?
Every single game. I made sure I finished on top every single time. You know?
Nothing better than a header on a set piece.
You weren't going to finish one. Oh yeah.
Right.
Hey, there's nothing like scoring a header on a corner kick. So.
It's all you, Drew.
What? You guys are. Oh, here it is, right here. Actually, okay. Yeah, y'all are putting me the test here, aren't y'all? No. Lyndsey Horan is awesome, and she put the team on her back when the team needed somebody to put them on their back. So, I love seeing it from the Golden Girl.
Am I back on? Am I good? Sick. I'm back.
He's back. He's back. Thank God.
You were doing great.
No, I wasn't.
This team on top, you know, you still have Portugal, who is a, you know, UEFA program, to quality up and down that roster. Is there any bit of like, oh no, this is actually going to be a hard game to finish? Or is it more of like, we're on top, take care of business, let's move on to the knockout stage?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think, Netherlands were a good side, right? They play like, they knocked the ball around. They had some decent spells, and you can expect the same from Portugal. I feel like, you know, I do think the U.S. is still one of those teams. They have so many good experienced players, athletic players, that if they do their thing, right? They had Netherlands on their heels and really pinned in at the end. So I think if the U.S. come out and do their thing, then they should get the result that they need. We don't know what's going to happen, you know, in the Portugal-Vietnam game. That'll be very telling. But
are you going to be up at 1:30 doing?
No, I'm not. I will check the score when I wake up.
I will be on Twitter. I'll tweet through it. If you guys are up, it'd be fun. We can talk about it.
When Drew Moor said he was retired, he meant he was retired.
Oh yeah, he's done with that shit. Believe that. Leagues Cup. Rapids are in Leagues Cup. I want to talk some Leagues Cup before you leave, since you're here. pretty exciting having a Liga MX team come in here. Do you wish this started last year so you could take part in it?
Yeah, I think so. And I honestly, I wish it was split between the MLS stadiums and Mexico.
Right, being able to travel to Mexico. Yeah. I agree 100%.
I think if you look at the results, like the Mexican teams have struggled, you know, and there's a clear reason why, because it's not easy to travel
or at least do pick a few sites,
maybe some neutral sites,
where it's like, yeah, Nashville gets 2 home games.
Yeah.
Right. You guys get 1 home game. They get no home games.
Yes.
Pretty clear where that should.
Plus, there's 2 MLS teams in each group, so there's a higher percentage of MLS teams. Obviously, an MLS team, other than maybe 2 groups where there's 2 Liga MX teams and 1 MLS team. But like, does an MLS team have to win this competition to prove that MLS is catching Liga MX?
I don't think so.
Like, no, they need to qualify the most to the group state, to the knockout, for it to actually be
But that's what I'm saying. There's more MLS teams anyway, you know?
Yeah. How big of it? How big is it when you just look at numbers?
So it's maybe it's not as pure as the Champions League deciding what's a better side there,
right? In CONCACAF,
a Liga MX side or an MLS side, you know. But the competition's amazing. I love when MLS teams play Liga MX teams, and it's every night right now, multiple times a night.
Have you played a Liga MX team?
Yeah.
Like, was it just preseasons or?
No, Champions League.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah, Champions League. I mean, I went to Club America. I went to Santos Laguna, Tigres, Chivas Guadalajara.
Cool.
That's amazing play. Yeah, it's not easy going to Liga MX sides and getting anything from those games. The atmosphere is amazing. I do think the depth of Liga MX teams is still better than the depth of MLS teams. But it's a great competition.
Are there any teams down there? Because I know you're like an MLS guy. Are there any clubs down there, just like as a fan/viewer from afar? Is there any clubs down there you've paid attention to more than others? Like, even if over your career or just over your interest in soccer?
Yeah, probably Tigres, just because I feel like the last 7, 8, 9 years maybe, like but they've been very good, right?
Right.
And they've been competing as well as anybody. I do think that there is. I don't want to upset any of the Liga MX fans who don't support Chivas de Guadalajara. When I was with Toronto, we lost to them in the Champions League final. The experience there was amazing. It's an amazing city. The fan support was incredible. I feel like Chivas are kind of the darlings of Mexican football, maybe.
They're kind of the good boys because it's all Mexican. They're kind of just supporting their team. America's really the bad guy.
Right.
If I don't like you, I just say you're an America supporter and I kind of walk away.
I chose Club Tijuana because I want chaos, baby. Cholos, the dogs, baby. We're bargain.
Where does Cruz Azul fit into this?
Cruz Azul is
behind those two?
Yeah, Cruz Azul's right behind him because he's a giant, but it's a giant that's been really bad in the last maybe 10 years, 15 years.
It's the Tottenham of Liga MX.
Yeah, kind of. Honestly,
take that one.
See, honestly, they're more like the Man U of Liga MX.
Hey, whoa. Like they're not finishing second.
Well, yeah, but they were like, I mean, Cruz Azul won a championship before Man City. Like,
sure.
That's what I'm Man U. I mean, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, they're really, really good, and they're considered like top 2, top 3 team in the league, but they're just like in a bad spell right now that they can't get away from.
Sure. I'm going to be rooting on my Manchester United in 4 nights, and it's going to be beautiful. I'm going to Vegas to watch them play. Should be fun.
Good for you, man. Good for you.
And I'll make it back in time for Leagues Cup. How about that? 2 days in a row.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Monday night?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Real quick. Also, Joe, I want to ask you about Messi in the league and kind of the explosion that we saw with the women's game coming in 2019 and all that, kind of connecting it back to this. But when they won back-to-back World Cups, it became such a huge thing to support the team. Yeah. Do you think Messi's going to have that same effect leading to the 2026 World Cup, or it's going to push the U.S. even further along?
I think so. I think Messi coming to the league is amazing, right? And
Messi, of course. I can't believe I didn't ask about Messi.
say what you want. I have a 5-year-old and a 7-year-old boy, right? And these guys were so into the World Cup, which was amazing, right? It's like I retired and then they started to like soccer, right? Took an interest in soccer. But the World Cup being here or the World Cup being on in the mornings where they could watch it when they woke up. on the weekends. It was amazing. You know, they are the biggest Messi fans now because he won the World Cup, right? And now all of a sudden here he is in MLS, where it's right in their backyard.
It's amazing.
And they can't get enough Messi right now. And I feel like this is a great buildup for these young kids, knowing that the World Cup is going to be here in 3.5 years. Yeah, 3 years. 3 years. Yeah, is incredible.
It's even cooler seeing, and it even solidifies it more for them, seeing him walk up to LeBron James pregame at Miami Cruz Azul.
Yeah.
Right? Serena Williams, the Kardashians, like all these, like how much more does it make the kids love this experience and validate the MLS as a real,
Yeah, and my wife was invested in it because of, like, we're watching this game and she's like, Kim Kardashian's there, Serena Williams is there, Mark Anthony's there.
That was awesome.
And it's just like, okay, it's a bit of a show. Like, it's like, oh, look at this, but I don't care. And the dude's already scoring goals. Like,
how much? What does it mean? Like, because you saw after the interview, like when he was interviewed, it's been going viral that he immediately, one of the homegrowns is like, this game goes out to, I forgot his name, 3 ACLs in a row, and he's back to being okay. What does that mean as a player that, like, you have such a superstar come in and then immediately, like, he knows your name?
Yeah, it's incredible. I thought it was funny. Taylor was interviewed after the game, right? He scored 2 goals, and they were trying to, like, she was asking, the interviewer was asking, like, what does Messi do well, And he kind of started to answer the question. He was just like, he's the best player in the world. Like,
he does everything
well. Not do well, And to have, like, I couldn't imagine this guy being in my locker room. I really couldn't, It's funny because my wife asked me, she was like, do you think, like, you could get a sit down with him with the boys for like 2 minutes? I was like, Shelby,
no.
This guy's like God.
No.
Coming to MLS. She was like, so probably not. I was like, no, like not, definitely not.
Like, he is not coming to Commerce City. That game's gonna be scheduled.
That will be a road game for the rest of his career.
No, he's not coming to the Western, or he's not coming to Colorado. Yeah,
he'll be in LA. He'll be out in Portland.
Maybe
Like, he'll do all those, but like he is not going to Utah or Colorado. I'm sorry, like.
I tried to break down which Western Conference teams it would be, and it's not Colorado.
It's literally anything on the coast, and maybe then Austin because of the great environment.
And 25,000 seats or something.
Well, I was gonna say, will he play in more soccer-specific stadiums or NFL stadiums?
Oh, that's true. I mean, definitely goes to Seattle. Probably they probably sell that place out.
But even like if he goes to Kansas City, will he play?
Or will they just go?
Or will they go to the Chiefs? I don't know. You know, like,
I mean, that Rose
like if he
Bowl
came
game
here,
was
would they put him at the Broncos Stadium?
The thing that matters a lot, I think, with this is they got to make sure that it's grass and not turf because he said he does not want to play in turf.
Yeah.
So I think it's all depending on they're gonna find the best environment to put him in with the most grass because they don't want this guy getting injured.
So does that rule out the whole Pacific Northwest?
Basically, in my opinion, like because they truly do care about.
Will they lay grass down for him?
Of course.
Charlotte already said they weren't.
Yeah, well, come on, that's the club down the street.
We'll see about that.
Charlotte.
What about Atlanta?
That's the other one that I'm like, what are you gonna do? Like, you can't just repurpose a whole football field.
For Messi. That's like
it wouldn't surprise me.
Up,
it really wouldn't surprise me.
Would you just move it to like maybe Georgia Stadium?
Yeah, that's
the other one that's big, but it has grass.
Yeah. I mean, he probably moves the Pope's appearance over a day or two. It's messy.
It's funny. The stadium's 4 years old, and they're talking about moving it to the old college field so he plays.
Right.
You know?
Right. Man, and then you've played with like some big name players before, obviously not Messi.
Right.
But when he had like I don't know if it's just like the trained professionalism or whatever, but to do the whole thing for his injured teammate that he met like 20 minutes before the game probably. Right. I mean, whatever, they had trained, but you know what I mean? Like, how class is that? And do you think he's like, is he that bought into this team thing? He's not caught up in like the Miami celebrity thing. Like, that's like, he's there.
It doesn't seem like Messi's that kind of guy. You know, I don't know Messi personally.
Sure.
But he doesn't seem the kind of guy that wants the spotlight, that wants the cameras obviously follow him because of who he is and what he's done on a football pitch, you know, but he just seems like a more down-to-earth guy. I'm not going to compare him to anybody, right? Because, I don't know a lot of these players personally. I've played with and against some pretty big-time players, which is awesome. I do think a lot of those guys, like, would prefer a little bit of a quieter life, would
Sure.
prefer the anonymous life. Obviously this guy's not going to be anonymous anywhere he goes, even in Major
He
League
looks
Soccer.
kind of anonymous at Publix. Did you see that?
that had to have been like off the plane straight to Publix for so nobody knew he was there
You
yet.
get one chance at a grocery store, my guy.
Exactly. The first night you're there, because after
It's like
that,
Eddie Murphy going to the mall or something, just getting swarmed.
Yeah.
It feels like Drew Moor walking into the DNVR bar.
Yeah.
Like,
Wow. He's like, please, no autographs, please, please.
stop. Like, not today.
He's got Bombi and Maxu in front of him, clearing the crowd. Like,
Let me get to the back corner. Let me get to the back corner.
it's the Rapids corner. Man, so we still got about 4 or 5 minutes. What's been your highlight of this Rapids season? Like, you're now doing like pregame, Apple TV, halftime stuff. You got honored in the Gallery of Honor.
Yeah.
You got academy duties. You have coaching duties during training with the first team. You probably do stuff with R2, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
You're the janitor. You're the massage therapist. What else do you do?
I've had a lot of fun, man. Obviously, it's hard to retire after doing something for 18 years.
Right.
I was ready to retire. Do I miss playing? Not as much as I thought I might, even in July. I thought at this point I would miss it more. I miss being a player, right? Because there's still that, professional athlete. That's a cool thing. That's a cool thing to be.
That's a good job to have.
It is, yeah. And I'm not anymore, but I love what I'm doing. I love still being around the facility. I love being able to go out to first team training. I love being able to go out to second team training. I love being able to be a voice on the stadium jumbotron on match day. Like the fact that this club has wanted to keep me around in multiple roles, a club that I love so much, that I respected so much, that showed a lot of respect in me, is amazing. And so I can't think of a better way to transition out of playing and into a new life, so to speak. And when I go into the locker room, the guys still treat me like I'm the old man, like I'm LVL, and it's amazing, because a lot of guys, they retire and it's like, what am I going to do now? And so the fact that the Rapids have opened up multiple roles for me, but I get to still go up there and be myself and be who I was as a player, is I can't thank them enough, and I want to hopefully continue to do it for the foreseeable future.
Good. I like to hear that, Yaya.
Yeah, I mean, all it takes is Drew Moor to win one championship as a coach in Denver, doing and he's in my Mount Rushmore.
Let's go.
Favorite players.
You are gasoline flowing in here, dog.
Like, Denver FC, you need a coach? Hit up Drew Moor. Switchbacks. You need a coach?
Careful what you wish for, Yaya. Careful what you wish for.
I'm all for it. I will support Drew. I will support Drew to that time.
I appreciate it, man. That means a lot. Thank you.
Your halftime moment, right? You're on the field. Your kids are with you. Your family's with you. Your wife's with you. They cut to the jumbotron, and your kids are talking about how proud they are of you and how happy they are for you. Did that just get right to the tears? Like, that was such a great moment. Like, how was what was running through your head during that?
It's funny. I had to be a bit of a savage because I had to say some stuff, and I only had so much time. So if the first minute and a half I'm spending wiping the tears away and catching my breath and stuff, then I wouldn't have been able to say everything. And I had things I really wanted to share with the fans and with the club and stuff, So I got home that night and opened it back up, and then the emotions, certainly. But, I have to have my family there, my kids, my wife, my parents, my siblings, a couple of my close friends, and just the Rapids, it meant so much. And again, another sign that they went all out for me, and I really felt special, and I'm not the guy, even though I get behind a microphone and have people listening to what I'm saying and watching me do these things, like I get nervous. Like, it's
you're
I'm not super comfortable,
Yeah.
It's but they went all out, and I felt super special. And I don't like talking about myself, but it was an incredible.
Well, too bad. I made you talk about yourself for 10 minutes.
I can do it. I can do it.
And real quick, I don't know if you know, I don't know if you know, and Dwayne Brown's not on the show because he'll come in a minute.
Good.
But he
Good.
did move his whole vacation so he could go to your ceremony.
Yeah.
And your game.
No.
Yeah.
Like, he really, that's what you mean to
That's your
this
guy
community,
right there.
That's
dude. Like,
amazing.
That's what you mean to Dwayne.
I appreciate that. It's just like everything went right. Like the weather ended up being great. There was fireworks after the game. It was pretty much a
You got
sellout.
fireworks.
We won. Downtown
You're-
Dwayne Brown was there. Like,
You're more important than America. That's what I heard
Dwayne,
right there.
I think I saw you tweet about that, actually. I was like, no way. No way he did
But
that.
that's what you mean to a lot of people in this
I
community.
appreciate
and, like,
it.
Not
Yeah,
just,
man.
like, just not us that follow the team closely, but like there's, and I've said this plenty of times. The D in DNVR stands for Drew.
Let's go.
And I'm glad you got a bobblehead, too, because, like, this was...
We got 2.
Good. I'm glad because a lot of people in the stadium there that wanted a bobblehead didn't get one, and it's like so many people supported me in this journey. I want anybody who wants a bobblehead to at least have the opportunity to get one, because it wasn't just about the fans. It was about the security people. It was about the office staff. It was it was everybody. So I had a lot of people, including you guys, support me in this journey. So I can't thank you guys enough either for being a part of it.
Well, you're going to be coming back soon.
Yes.
Before the end of the
like
season.
I said, it's been too long.
We're going to watch a road game.
Yep.
So
do it.
you can just let it go. All
awesome.
the takes, all the guys. We're going to hear Drew's opinion about
That'll be a
every
lot of fun,
single
man.
player. I'm just kidding.
Hey, listen, I've got opinions about all of them.
It's going
He's
to be.
retired. He doesn't care.
He's going to let it go, dude. Filters off.
Listen, I'll go about it the right way. I'll go about it the right way.
No, it's going to be really fun. How do you feel going in this Toluca game? Potential, maybe Rubio's back, maybe Rafa's here. We might really see, Gutman's come on strong.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the time the offense finally gets it going? Tough opponent to do it against.
Yeah, I hope so. We haven't scored enough goals this year.
Yes.
We have missed, we've missed some players to injury, which
of
sucks.
course.
And there was a decent amount of turnover in this last offseason, but I think if there's a game to do it, why not Toluca? A big Liga MX side. I think there will be a lot of Toluca supporters there as well.
Do you think so? Do you guys think it's going to be like it won't be like when
think
Club
so.
America was there,
So,
right?
I don't know if you heard, but their fans are traveling for this one.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, and I feel like there's probably Toluca fans here, and maybe
They're an old club, right? I mean, they've been around.
They're
Yeah.
like right. They're like on top, the second
Top
tier,
half,
like,
right?
Cool.
Like, yeah, the second like.
yeah,
It's going to be fun.
it's gonna be fun.
The crowd has been good just for Rapids games.
The attendance has been great,
Even when
They've
it's been tough to go to a Rapids game, half of them have been 0-0.
I know. The attendance has been great. I think the attendance will be good Monday night. Hopefully, it'll be some good back and forth between the supporters.
No,
but
there's
we need to score goals.
and a bunch of Toluca fans from Toluca are going.
Let's
to
go.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, like, they're all
that's
traveling, like-
that's awesome. Like the more the
Sure.
merrier. It'll provide a good atmosphere, which I do think the atmospheres have been good this season. But it's a big test. We got to score goals. I think we've defended well for the most part
A
this
bunch
season.
of times you've put up zeros.
Yeah. Need to score more goals.
Need to score more goals. Yeah. Hopefully it happens, guys. Drew Moor, he's out of here after this first segment. Thank you so much, man.
Hey.
It's always he's a legend.
You guys are the best.
Denver
No, you
legend.
guys are the best.
And
I
he's
always
here.
appreciate y'all's time.
All right. Well, whenever Yaya cuts to me like that, you can head on out of here, and we'll catch you next time. Okay. All right. All right, guys. We're gonna jump into a little more here, but first we have to talk about our friends over at Shady Rays. Take on the sun with gear built to last. Our friends at Shady Rays have you covered for the warm weather ahead with premium polarized shades at an affordable price. Shady Rays is an independent sunglasses company that offers a world-class product that is just as good as any expensive pair we have worn. Durable frames and extremely clear optics for outdoor adventures, but that's not all they do. Shady Rays takes care of you. These guys care about sunglasses as much as me and Yaya care about Drew Moor. Fair?
No.
You're right. That's not possible. But
I
they
think
almost.
I'm not gonna lie. I think they might care about their glasses a little bit more than I care about. Drew.
Whoa! That's a lot.
That's exactly.
That is how much Shady Rays cares about their sunglasses and how much they care about you. So if you lose or break your sunglasses, even on day one, they will replace them for free. That is insane. How are they making money?
They don't. They just love us and love the
They
people.
just love the people. Sunglasses for the people. If you lose or break your pair, even on day one, they'll replace them. That is where you can wear your Shady Rays with confidence. Together with their customers, Shady Rays is providing much-needed support to nonprofit partners across the U.S. through Shady Rays Impact. From building playsets for pediatric cancer patients to providing young adults with MS, the outdoor adventure of a lifetime, Shady Rays is making an impact in your community and others like it now and for years to come. You can shop the entire collection at their brand new location, Park Meadows Mall, a full-stop shop for all things Shady Rays. If you don't love them, exchange them or return them for free within 30 days. No risk when you shop. They have your back. Exclusively for our listeners, they're giving out their best deal of the season. Go to ShadyRays.com and use code DNVR for 50% off 2+ pairs of polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 250,000 people. We are also going to talk about the absolute homies, Illegal Pete's. The place I eat for lunch 4 days a week, 5 days a week. Who knows? It's 2 blocks from the office.
Every day a week should be it.
They're the best.
Yeah.
Staff,
Taste.
top notch.
Tasty food.
Patio.
Oh,
Great
patio's
vibes.
good. There was a little corgi there last time we went.
A corgi.
Cutest dog. You only see that at
Little
Illegal
loaf
Pete's.
of bread with legs.
Yeah.
I love
Great.
corgis.
If you're going to eat delicious Mexican food, you want to do it on a patio
With a corgi.
with a little corgi.
And
running
misters
around.
and good music. And good vibes.
Sold.
Illegal Pete's is your go-to spot this summer, like it is our go-to spot every day of the week. Kick back and enjoy a nice cold margarita or cool off with a bucket of high noons. That's 5 high noons for just $22. That is dirt cheap. Dirt cheap. Don't forget to follow at Illegal Pete's on Instagram to stay updated on all their big events and deals going down this summer. Stay tuned for their stories. You can win free tickets to concerts. Illegal Pete's, I worked for Illegal Pete's for about 8 years. They have the hookup with every concert in town. If you go on their page, you can go to, they'll give away tickets to Red Rocks, Mission, Fillmore, Gothic, Ogden. They always do stuff with Levitt Pavilion. You can even get like High Plains, Comedy Works tickets. They give away all sorts of stuff. So make sure you're checking them out. They are here to make your summer one for the books. Illegal Pete's, your go-to spot for burritos, buddies, and beer. Dwayne.
Go buddies.
Let's go buddies. Have you taken advantage of the Illegal Pete's, show them your ticket, get food, free margarita or beer before you go to a game or a concert?
No, because I'm not a good thinker. Because that is like one of the best deals ever. And I don't think
They're
I had
basically
enough.
getting you drunk before a concert for free.
Yeah.
Well, for the price of one amazing burrito. Anyways, that's Mitch's Illegal Pete's tip of the week.
Mitch's Week Tips, Pete's Tip of the Week.
Let's go.
It's you decide. That was either totally messed it up or a little Louis Armstrong scat.
You guys,
Circa 1920s.
that was awesome. Skibbity-doo-bah. Tip of the week.
I think it was the first one. I just messed up.
Dude, Drew Moor was here.
And I got to talk to him for the last 5 minutes before he left.
Yeah, well, I had to do effing ad reads. Love you, Illegal Pete's and Shady Rays.
Drew Moor
Drew Moor, man.
in the studio.
He's as cool as it gets. I hope I'm
Fact.
ever half as cool as Drew Moor.
I wish I'm a fourth as cool as Drew Moor.
Man.
Great guy, by the way. Like, just amazing human being himself.
Hey, can you just throw up Kevin's comment on there? He's going to make me cry on air. He says, bros, this podcast has come so far in the last year and a half. I'm having a proud moment for you guys. Now we're here with Drew effing Moore talking Ladies World Cup. Yeah, man, it's pretty freaking sweet. It doesn't really hit you until moments like that like, we're doing some pretty cool stuff here, guys.
Yeah. And especially
fun.
when we got to talk to Moist Bombito, which I did want to ask him a really serious question, and I forgot to because I got too excited with the game. But we had Jonathan Lewis, Seb Anderson, Cole Bassett.
Was the question, who's your favorite Ninja Turtle?
No, but it should have been. But my question, it was actually, it was something about like I wanted to know
coming out soon, I don't know.
I wanted to know truly where he wants to play. but not make it public, just for my own information. I do that quite a bit, guys. Like, if you guys ever hear like me know something, like it's because I ask a lot of questions. It's just to let nobody know what I know.
Insider Yaya, dude.
Yeah, like I know I ask a lot of dumb stuff and nobody answers me. When
Yaya scoops, dude.
And when I do, they're like,
doesn't have the
"Don't
same
say
ring."
it."
No.
So what would be the Spanish?
It's a Yaya swoop, not scoop. A Yaya swoop.
Ooh, a
That's
swoop.
good. That's softer.
All right.
With the
All right.
with the yes.
All right.
And
I
the
see you,
Swiss.
Yaya. I see you, Insider Yaya. The women's game
Yeah, we
just
should probably
ended.
break down this game a little bit. Actually.
Man, it was just really fun talking to Drew. I don't know. This game was frustrating to watch in the first half. That
Yep.
early goal, you could just tell the midfield. The Dutch were able to break through that line in the midfield constantly. It's only 1-0. Felt like it maybe should have been 1-1 or even 1-0. You go into that second half. I mean, 15 minutes in, the U.S. is just peppering, right? Like the Netherlands subbed at half, midfield changed. All of a sudden, Horan's on the front foot the whole time. And then, in your words, scored the most FU goal of all time.
Gosh, it was great. It's not even the goal. Like, I have to watch the goal and the 5 minutes before the goal. Like, that's the 6 minutes of just go F yourself.
Dude,
I mean,
just
she was
getting in someone's grill like
well,
that
just
and
all
then
in her face, and then the ref like brought him back over. I was like, is she gonna make them shake hands? Like, what is she doing when she brought both of them? And then after she chatted both of them, then she went back to Horan again, and it was just like Ertz came over and was like, dude, just chill,
Just
don't
relax.
get a card out of this.
Relax.
And so that's when it's like Horan started to kind of move off, and then it was like 2 seconds later, just F you.
Dude.
It was awesome.
It was, and not just that it was FU, because in terms of the play itself, it was about as clinical, precision corner as you can have, right? That was a wide open run across the box, full head height, perfect whip on the head, buries it. So that wasn't the FU. It's not like she bicycle kicked over someone's head or something. You know what I mean? It was just pure, I am going to outclass you right here, right now.
I'm running right to the ball, and there's nothing you can do.
I'm going to show you why I'm one of the best midfielders on the planet.
This is the thing, though. This is exactly the sort of game that the U.S. needed. U.S. is a young team, and their youth really showed tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and you can really tell
my homie.
when you saw Trinity and Sophia Smith on the ball, like, it just wasn't what you usually see from them. It wasn't crisp. But this is what they need. They needed somebody to challenge them. The Netherlands brought a different type of game. They brought a physical game, and they were trying to disrupt the rhythm because they're young, and you can actually do that. It took Lindsey and Rose Lavelle to actually say, hey, calm down. We're okay, and they took over the game in the second half, and that's when you saw the chances come in. Also, it helps when you see Lindsey get mad, and she's like, you know what, I'm just gonna be better than you for the rest of this game.
Going to absolutely destroy you,
That's
dude.
what you want. I'm just being better
so
the whole damn game. Like,
Trinity Rodman, man, I still think she has a bracer, a hat trick incoming. She is knocking on the door so clearly, faster, stronger, quicker, better reads.
Yep.
I just need to see the finish. It feels like watching the Rapids on the wing right now.
Yeah, I mean that's it, because everything else she's where she's supposed to be. It never feels like a lucky place at the right time. It's just like she gets there, and it's the finish for today anyway.
She'll get it. She'll get it.
I do think she'll get it, and I think she's due for many goals.
I still have her as the. I mean, obviously I still have the bet, but yeah, I mean, I had her as the goal leader for the U.S., and I still think that's like really doable.
But it's also part of, like, when you look at it, Trinity, the biggest stopper of play in the offensive third is movement and creativity. And I think they had the creativity, they just didn't have the right movement in much of that spaces. They were running into defenders instead of running defenders away and trying to create those lanes, create those spaces between the halfbacks so they can get in there. And they were just missing some of that. But again, once they did do it, the passes always got there. Like that pass Sophia Smith did down the left wing, perfect. Like when Trinity actually ran and almost hit Morgan, why? Because Morgan took the right space, and it all comes down to that. Once they kind of get that adjusted and they understand, and it's a little bit lack of chemistry too, because they haven't played with each other.
Playing along.
Exactly. You also have Alex Morgan, who has had the same team for the last 8 years.
She looked really good tonight. She looked really good. I mean, she was a half step offside, half a body offside, like an arm. That was a beautiful goal. Just, you really saw Horan, Morgan, Ertz. You saw the vetness come out tonight, right?
Yeah, we saw it a lot when Rose Lavelle came back on.
Oh, man. You want to talk about the game changer.
Yeah, it was a definite shift. And just, the entire setup.
To me, it's crazy she doesn't start.
Well, she's
coming back from an injury.
Yeah, but she's obviously good enough to play 45. Just play her 45.
Yeah, but you don't want to strain it and then lose her for the rest of the cup.
She needs to start against Portugal.
I don't think so. I think you can do the same thing because you're playing Portugal's a lesser opponent than Netherlands.
Yeah,
it's not the same level. This is a team that you beat in the World Cup. What, 4 years ago, 3 years ago? It's the same. You need. You don't have to start her. You don't have to risk it. You have also Ashley Sanchez on the bench, who I think is great. You still have Melissa Thompson, who can come in and help Alex Morgan, take some of that weight off of her as well. So I think it's going to take a little time of that for to adjust and get going. But kind of to the Rose Lavelle point, you saw it with the Rapids and on Sunday with Hani Mukhtar. When that guy comes in, it changes the dynamic of the game completely because now you're worried about them.
Yeah, Rose did that.
Rose came in and changed the whole dynamic of that game, and it's what caused the U.S. to be a lot more aggressive for the most part.
The midfield for the Netherlands, whatever they were thinking about in the first half, shifted dramatically.
Yes.
And Rose Lavelle was on their mind, clearly, because they stopped breaking that line. They stopped getting those progressive passes up to the attack. Because they weren't in position. They were so drawn to Horan and Lavelle. Maybe you're right. Maybe she just plays the second half against Portugal. But you have to like the chances to win the group. Right?
Oh, for sure.
Because if you win by 2 in this, I think that means that the Netherlands has to win by 4, right? Goal differential they're up 3. If they win by 2, something like that, whatever. That should be about the.
Sounds like math.
Yeah.
I have
math
no idea.
is too hard. Either way,
just win.
I think this is a win.
I think Portugal will be a lot easier than tonight for sure.
That game starts at 1 a.m. on Tuesday morning.
Ugh.
It's Monday night.
Oh, okay.
Tuesday morning at 1.
Okay.
But yeah, it's Monday night.
Okay.
1 a.m. Tuesday.
I'll be sleeping.
No, dude, I get to go. Man, what a time to be alive. I get to go see United, fly back for Leagues Cup, go home, do a Leagues Cup show, and still have time to make a bunch of snacks for the 1:30 kickoff time for the U.S.
That's quite a day.
What a time. Here's the thing. Should I... Do you have any hopes for this Leagues Cup game? Drew's gone. We can be honest here. Where's your head at for Leagues Cup?
So
Rapids.
This is my hope with it because I've been studying Toluca a little bit more, kind of figuring out what's going in. They're kind of in the same position the Rapids are when it comes to their actual squad. They have some reinforcements coming in, and Monday might actually be their first time they play. They're coming here. They're trying to get it. So they barely got in. And the same thing with the Rapids. They just got Rafael. So there might be a little bit of that where they're trying to bring in a new 9 as well. It's a 9 and try to adjust them to the game of play. So it might be the battle of the new 9s. And that's something that might play advantage to the Rapids for the one fact that they're at least at home. And that does give them a little bit more time to train and get things going.
Are you guys rooting for Nashville tomorrow night then?
Oh, you have to that
means you can win on penalties.
That means that you just win and you go on.
But you can also... You can do what the Rapids do best, which is play a 0-0 game and then win in penalties.
I have hopes just because it's funner to have hopes than to be down bad.
Of course.
And again, it's not saying that any of you should be doing the same. But like I have hopes for that, and I also think the team has been playing better. I think mentally they're a little bit better against Nashville, especially they almost tied that up, and they were inches away from a Cole Bassett free kick.
I asked him about that tonight.
Was he upset?
Yeah. Of course.
I'm glad.
He was so pissed. He was like, I mean, and then sort of he was like, yeah, but like, what could I do? That's as good. That's as good of a goal or as a shot that you can get without scoring a goal.
I mean, it is what it is. Like, but I that's the reason I have hope, and I think that there's gonna be a good chance.
Tustin says 0-0 for sure with 50 PKs.
Are either of you surprised? Are either of you surprised that Marco didn't get any run against Nashville?
With who?
Marco Illich.
No, I'm not surprised.
I mean,
he's been away from the team.
They signed him now. I mean,
but it's goalie. How much do you need to be with the team?
How much? I mean, you have to know what to call like defensively and yeah. Yeah, he's theirs. Yeah, there's no rush now.
He doesn't need to try out anymore, so they don't have to play him. They already bought him.
That's a really good point.
To me, it was just like, why don't you just start seeing Marco and maybe start looking at Yarby suitors if you're gonna lose him for free? That's my question behind it.
Right.
And maybe you can go let A be your 2 or let Beldrew be your 2 for a while, and then you find another backup goalkeeper for next year. Like, that's my only thing. Like, because it feels like the Rapids aren't going anywhere right now. They're just stuck in neutral. So, like, why not just start playing these guys a little, especially in this kind of tournament where they get experience against different styles of play from a different country?
Yeah.
I have something that'll make you guys happy. You ready?
I'm so ready.
Final score from Sandy, Utah. Monterrey 3. Fake SL 0. Let's go! Biggest Monterrey fans in the world.
Love that.
Their kit is gorgeous.
Oh yeah, that's a nice looking club. It's a nice looking club.
Great stadium too. Looking out to the mountain.
You guys, what's the plan? What are you guys looking forward to? Assuming this is over, right? Like, not assuming. Let's say Rapids don't go through on Monday. We got a few weeks. What should we do? Should we maybe do like some Rapids history stuff? Maybe, it's kind of like a little. It's like summer. It's like maybe not summer break. It's like spring break. We can get a little crazy on the show.
You know what I really, really want to do is talk about Messi and his impact on this league.
Sure.
But make it fun. Actually make this talk fun and not look at metrics. Maybe look at who's the biggest celebrity that Messi's going to attract in the next 2 weeks.
Sure.
Stuff like that's going to be funner than talking about, look how many followers he gained on Instagram.
I like that. I mean, definitely. I mean, there's a lot we can do. I mean, we'll definitely be doing a Rapids Road watch along, but that's not until end of August at the earliest.
Yep.
Evander out with a second yellow in Timbers Tigres. Interesting.
He scored a
That's
banger
1-1 at halftime, too.
He also scored
almost a half.
Banger of a free kick.
That is, 1-1, 44th minute. Wow, Tigres. I think we've talked about it a little bit, but you guys, Leagues Cup, yes? No? Love it? Hate it?
I like Leagues Cup.
Where are you guys at?
As someone who mostly watches like MLS exclusively, it's just fun to watch new teams. Like I'm really enjoying it. I'm also following a lot of them on social media now.
Yeah, me too.
Just to see, how everybody handles things, and it's like, obviously it's a different culture, and it's just the way they cover soccer.
Did you see
so
that
much
Atlas
fun.
tweet?
Well, not that
It was crazy.
That's the dumbest thing.
That one was insane.
And the worst part is that it's a fake quote. It's not even a real quote.
And they won. Insane. But I know what you mean. It's fun to see the fans be into it.
Yeah, like the fans that are traveling to be here. All of the games are in the U.S. and everything is such a party.
It's fun.
It's a fun party.
It feels. I mean, it doesn't feel like watching the World Cup for a million reasons. but it does feel like watching the World Cup in that you see two distinct styles of the same thing done very differently, forced to interact and get it done on the field. And that to me that's why I will watch any inter-league, international competition, whether it's club or country. I'm always in. Sign me up always.
And this is such a unique one because it's only 2 leagues. Like, you got champions, you got Europa and stuff like that, but it's like, it's a mosh posh of like whoever it's. This is, you're getting like 2 full leagues going at it, see who's the most dominant league, which is insane to me. Like, you don't see that anywhere else around the world. You're not seeing Netherlands against England. You're not seeing Italy versus Portugal to see who dominates. It just doesn't go that way. Like, it's a mosh posh of all these countries, and I'm having a blast because I'm getting to like relive my childhood with all these Liga MX teams. I'm like, oh, you guys are barely finding out about them. This is fun. And then I get to like hear, and then I get to see all my MLS teams, which I love. Like when I get to see Monterrey blast Utah, I'm like,
let's go!
That's what a real team looks like, you know? Or like when it eventually happens, America versus LAFC, like that's gonna be a great time. Like,
it is gonna be good.
It's cool. Those are the type of games that really bring out the fan in everybody. You know what I mean? Whether you're Mexican, American, or just love soccer.
Man, I really. They wouldn't get the home game, right? I don't think they can win. I mean, I guess they still can if Nashville loses and then they beat.
You could also just draw. Nashville can draw. They'd get 4 points.
Well, yeah. So the Rapids would have to be all threes with goal difference. So yeah, maybe not. So they wouldn't get a home game. It would be really fun to have a watch party here for the away knockout game.
Oh, totally. Absolutely.
I guess it could technically be a home game because they're not going to go to Mexico, right?
No,
Correct.
so it all depends on who happens at that time.
Dude, that would be sweet.
I mean, right now, dude, I'm seeing a picture of Jorge Ramos and Ruiz, for like 2 countries colliding and like celebrating in the Utah stadium. Like, to me, that's insane. Jorge Campos is like my idol when it comes to goalies. Like, that's what League Cups does, man. It just brings people together.
I liked Drew's point of wishing that both, like, all the teams hosted.
Yep. I really.
I wonder if they do that like before the World Cup.
Could be. I think it's probably like a money and logistics thing this time.
Sure.
Because it's first year, you know. So I'm sure there's a benefit for the Liga MX teams to, whether it's financial or whatever, to just bring everything up here.
Sure.
You know? But it was a bummer, like watching Juarez and you know,
Mazatlan?
Mazatlan. My brain just shut off.
That's your favorite team in the world.
I know. I was thinking about their mascot in my head, and I got distracted.
Dwayne's a
because
lifelong
it's so
Mazatlan
cool.
fan.
Yeah, it's true.
Dwayne's like
true.
the Barney dinosaur.
Bro, it's in his
So-
blood, dude.
Man, Mazatlan and me go back like, I don't know, 10 or 11 days. It's crazy.
Hey. Club Tijuana,
but it
baby.
was
Shout
a
out.
bummer.
Love you.
It was a bummer watching them play in Austin because it was empty.
Right.
It was like totally empty in there. And
Nashville was the same way for us.
Also,
I just thought it
newsflash for you,
sucked.
it's going to be empty in Mexico, too. They're not good, neither of those teams.
No.
They're the Rapids of that over there. I
Oh, hey,
follow
leave the
them.
Rapids out of
They
this.
might come to see like the spectacle of MLS versus their team, you know?
I think it depends who they're playing too, right?
Yeah.
They might travel to see LAFC, Atlanta, Miami. Tough to want to travel for Austin, RSL, right?
It's also, I don't think Austin has a lot of fans from Juarez and Mazatlan, honestly.
Yeah.
So, and also, we don't
I
know
don't
how
know.
expensive the tickets were
I just
because they
thought it
thought it was going to
sucked.
be a big draw. Like, they thought it was going to be a huge draw. They probably made the tickets really expensive, and then you're like, oh.
How much if you had to guess right now, what's the cheapest ticket you could get in to Monday's game on game time?
Oh, it's going to be $46 with fees.
For Rapids?
Oh,
For Rapids.
$75 with fees.
75?
Yeah, with
Cheapest?
fees.
No way.
I'm going to say I'm actually going to say 32.
Wow. You were really close. It was $30.
Okay.
That's
Without fees. Probably.
without. You're right. Yeah, that's without. It's about $30 in fees, so yeah.
I was the closest.
No, Dwayne was right.
No.
Good job, Dwayne. Proud of you.
$30.
This guy. Correct.
Proud of you, Dwayne.
I'm the right one here.
Just want to thank everybody for coming out and watch me be right. Really nice to share this with you all.
I just needed you. I actually
Predictions?
It's Rafael playing.
Yeah. And
Look, okay.
Again, just for this scenario. You don't know, but just this
Yeah.
Well,
scenario.
can I, before we do
scenario.
predictions, then can I just talk about it? Because I have talked to everyone you can possibly talk to about him. Right? Is that cool? Can we talk about that real fast? They don't know. They are waiting for the embassy to finish the paperwork. They have no idea when that paperwork goes to the person that says yes, to the other person that says yes, for it all to happen. They don't know. They can't know. They don't know.
Well,
it's bureaucracy.
yeah,
it's
they're
out of their
stuck
hands.
in
They paid the
bureaucracy.
expedited fee. It's going to go as fast as it can, and they can't update it. I see these people getting mad about they're not updating. They can't. They don't know. The second he is here, he will be on the field with a kit in his hand, taking pictures, and in your face. I promise they are not hiding him. And that is just talking to as many people as I can.
Why would they hide them?
Why would they
that
hide him?
makes
Like
no
they're
sense.
not. They literally just don't want to put out another update saying paperwork's still
Still not
paperworking.
here. Still not here.
Right?
Update,
Like
still not
they
here.
like I promise there's going to be a deluge.
Again, I agree
Like a
with you.
Colorado hailstorm of Rafa content coming your way.
The thing to me is because even I'm feeling like this, and it's not
Sure.
to the Rapids' fault. It's if he comes in after Leagues Cup, part of me is like, I don't care anymore. Because
Yes, you do.
No, okay, like, can I explain real quick why?
Yes.
Like, I want to see him play, and I want to see like him do stuff. But it's also like I'm not interested in the actual result or the game anymore because like the only thing you could have won at this point anymore was Leagues Cup, and if you're out of that, it does bring down the excitement of him coming in a little bit. Because
Oh, of course it does.
exactly, but that's what I'm saying. Like, part of you, you're just kind of like, and it's not to their fault. It's not the Rapids' fault.
There's nothing they can do.
No, exactly. I'm not blaming them. I'm not saying, oh my God, this is gonna suck. But to me, it does feel like it's not gonna hit the same if it wasn't a Leagues Cup.
Of course. Here's how you have to look at this. Man, I did not think I was going to interrupt that for a rant. Here we go. Buckle up. You have to look at it as do we know the pieces in place that we can build from here? Right? Like, does he come in, find some players he's compatible with, find some people he can play with? Is Gutman integrated well? Is Illich, is there plan long term? Right? Who could possibly be going out for the rest of this, right? Like, it's about, and I was talking to Cole about this today, it's not about finishing with the most points, because it's impossible right now, but now it's about finishing in the form of a playoff team. Can you finish well, right? Can you turn all these 20-minute starts to games into 50, 60, 70-minute starts to games? Get on the front foot, find some stuff that works, know that, and then shuffle the pieces around it in the offseason and know that there's stuff there.
And
Does that make sense? Dwayne's looking at me like I'm a freak over here.
No, I'm just thinking. I'm like, yeah, that's
fun to me.
that's the perfect way to do the end of the season. You know, it's like, I know, obviously, you know, the Rapids are going to say, you know, mathematically we're still in it, and
they
and
were
that's
saying that
true.
until the last day of the season last year.
And like that's true, you know, but I don't see things changing drastically enough to get us into that playoff position. So it's like, and that's so it is what it is. Like, bad start to the season, but now it's not about any of that anymore. It's about what's the reaction going to be, and like you're saying, are we going to use the rest of the season wisely to create the team, the squad, and what it's going to look like, or at least identify needs to build around going into the next window.
And maybe we get a Diego Rubio super pissed off with a Rafa right in front of him, and we get to see some bangers.
But at that point, what's the point of it? Because Rubio's not going to be
What's
back.
the point is we get to have fun.
But, like, how fun is it? Like,
We get to try stuff.
but this is my other thing. Like, and what you're saying is all fun and stuff. In
Yeah.
theory.
I'm in a
But-
good mood.
Yeah, but in theory, but also like this is the first time I ever say this out loud on the podcast. I don't think Frazier's gonna take him to that place because even like, and I never say this. I never.
Wow, he says it when he's not even on camera.
And no, and again, I'll put
Coward.
myself on camera, and I'll say it next time when I'm on camera too. But this is the thing with this is the real thing. Like even if you're like I found pieces, you're gonna go into the offseason finding because I think you're gonna need somebody new. So what's the point of finding pieces and then bringing a brand new in strategy that's not gonna fit with it? So like to me, it's like either you have to turn around in Leagues Cup and Frazier has to save his job because even if you find something. Like, and that's the thing that really frustrates me. Like, because you need like more competition to actually find them. I think Gutman's a guy. I think Bassett's becoming a guy after the last couple games actually. I think Gavon is becoming a piece. But at the end of the day, like, it's not gonna matter because I don't think it's happening so far. You're gonna need to look for a new coach maybe. And you need to find something that fits your style because those pieces might be yesterday's news if they don't fit your new system.
If the Rapids do not score a goal, very doable based on their track record, and with a bunch of time off, will that be Robin Frazier's last game in charge?
No. I think it will be
like if it's 2-3-0, you lost again badly. Again, you scored no goals in Leagues Cup. No?
You're holding off to the end of the season because any coach that you actually want is not going to be available right now. Unless you go to Europe and go try to pick somebody from Arsenal, like one of your already old clubs, one of the clubs you already own. You're going to have to go pick somebody that might not want to leave, and you're not going to get your first choice at this point.
Yeah.
There's no need for that. Like there's no strategy at that point because it's not. Usually when you get a change in leadership, there's a quick spark, like the next game, couple games, and it doesn't really matter. You know, like
you're not gonna get the new coach bump.
Yeah,
you're not
gonna be a big enough spark to rocket the squad into the playoffs. So you would end up having to, promote an intern from within or get somebody.
Let Drew do it.
So Drew can do it.
I know.
Let Drew do it.
I wouldn't want Drew a part of it because then his name would be tainted, and it's not.
No one remembers who the interim coaches are.
Connor Casey is still being talked about by many fans. You have no idea. Rapids.
That's true. Rapids fans are psycho.
And that's what I'm saying. But like that, it's completely true. Like we can't say no.
I mean that with love. I promise.
And this the thing. Like to me, like maybe you bring in Eric Boucher from Rapids.
That's what I was thinking.
And that's the guy that you bring in and try out. But then if it works out, and he's like a Jimmy Lozano type where you're an interim head coach and people love you, and then you're fired, what are you gonna do because you brought in somebody else? Like it's so hard like to do everything.
What about BJ, who was the coach for Gold Cup for the US?
Yo, I'm all like, there's a bunch of them that I have a list that I sent you guys.
I know
Like,
and it's a scouted list. All right. Well, anyways, that was my simple question turned long. Okay, can he lose his? Okay, whether or not that's his last game, does it cement the job being up for grabs in the winter?
Yeah, 100%.
Like he needs to at least show something in this game, right?
He needs to. I don't know what the path is for him to come back because he had a steady climb up little by little, getting the team where it has to go, and then it was just like a decline like you've never seen before, like immediately. And again, I don't blame him all the way because it's also like part of ownership. Like, and I've said this multiple times. The whole Kroenke thing is you do good, we reward you. They did the complete opposite with the Rapids. You did good, we're taking away all your star players and not replacing them at all. Like, how that's not feasible. You can't run an organization and expect them to win.
No, you're right.
And the coach is going to get the boot, unfortunately, because the ownership didn't invest because they thought they could just skim through. And that's what happened.
Look, I mean, I think Robin's a great guy. I think he's a good coach. I don't want him gone. But I do think at a certain point when the team is clearly peaked, right? There's only so many run it backs to get back to a peak, right? Like that's a hard thing to do, right? And I think a culture shift pushes that just because people show up and they're not comfortable, right? Uncomfortable forces change, right? And growth.
Yep, for sure.
Specifically, you need to get uncomfortable to grow and change. And I think within that organization, maybe it's just gotten a little stale, right? And I don't know if that's Frazier or if it's Smith or if it's, just a lot of the same vets that have been here for a little too long and maybe it's time to switch up some key pieces in the lineup. I don't know what it is, but definitely there's change on the way.
And also, part of me, it comes down to Porig always tells everybody, us, the media, the people, you have to. I just brought you in. Now it's my job to replace you, and your job to tell me why you shouldn't be replaced.
Yeah.
And why is that not the same with the coaching staff, front office, and a lot of the other places? Which I do trust they're doing a very hard job. I trust they're working hard. I'm not saying they're not. I think that organization is full of great people. But at a certain point, I say this over again, it's a game about results, and if you're not getting results, there has to be a change, and something has to be different.
Yeah. Yeah. It sucks, but I mean, look, it's also in soccer, it's rare for someone to be in one spot for a long time, right? There's no more Fergusons. There's only a couple Peps, right? You get the best coaches in the world. Jose Mourinho's gone every 3 years, right? Undoubtedly one of the greatest soccer managers of all time. And he lasts 3 seasons everywhere he goes. Every single place he goes. 3 seasons.
My favorite example is Maldini. Maldini is an AC Milan legend. People love him. Got booted.
Yep.
Why? This dude, he created a squad that could compete. Got booted because it didn't fit their vision anymore, and that's what it is. What else
So
can you
maybe
do?
it's just time, right? Maybe it's just time. I don't know. I hope we have some fun on Monday. That's really what it comes down to. So with that, with the wanting this win, with them needing a win, maybe not to save anything, but just to have a win. What are you guys' predictions? Dueno, we'll start with you, my guy.
Again, it depends on who's playing.
Rafa or Diego.
Oh, so Diego, you think?
I'll say one of or both.
One of or both? Okay, well then that changes things for me to have either of the tie, maybe 1-1.
Penalties?
I think we would win that because of Yarby.
Let's go.
I got so much faith in Yarby's.
Yarby's awesome, man.
Yarby's
not the best
skills are penalty stopping.
Yeah, he's
skills
not
are
the best.
Great.
I think he gave up 12 of 13 penalties last year. Something
was just he's sandbagging.
He was playing for League's Cup.
League's Cup.
I love that. Let's go. Dwayne's the man. Who's gonna score?
Oh, for us?
Or is it 0-0?
God, no, I think it'll be ones. And sheesh. I guess Gutman.
Let's go.
Let's go with
the Goot
Gutman.
father, dude. Let's go.
Rocket.
Yeah, what are you predicting, my guy?
I'm gonna say 1-1 in the Rapids on penalties because they love to break my heart.
Remember when we lost on penalties to effing Comunicaciones, dude?
Exactly, and you had that game in the
And it was
victory.
0 degrees.
And Max scored.
The worst.
That game was insane, all the way through.
And they had a red card.
Yeah, the more you think about it, the crazier.
I'm
it
so
gets.
mad. Retroactively, 16 months later, I'm so mad, dude.
I think for this one,
They got screwed.
I think they lost fair and square. They if you can't
We're
beat a
going
team
crazy.
with
Technically, they won 1-0. Technically.
Yeah.
And then lost in penalties. So dumb. Who scores for us, though? Yeah.
It's gonna be Gavon.
Well, yeah.
been wanting-
Dude,
that's a good-
he's been
that's a
looking
great pick.
man. And I saw him at practice the other day. That dude just has it. He just has it.
Dude, it's
He's got sauce. He's
Do you imagine the front three of Gavon, Rubio, and Max? That thing.
Oh, you
is
mean
insane.
Rafa?
No. If you had Max, then those were your
if you had Max back.
Yeah, and
we might.
that'd be incredible.
I'm still not ruling it out. I'm actually
Have you looked them up?
the odds are getting closer to 50-50 for me than they ever were. I mean, they're not. They're still 80-20 maybe, but I don't know.
We'll see, man.
We'll see. I think they win. No, I don't. I think they draw 1-1.
Gosh, everybody's feeling it.
But I think we get the thing that we have been due. This whole season, we're getting a Keegan rocket, dude.
Are we cursed?
Yes.
Like, we can only do drawing rooms. We don't even the USWNT like the women can't wait for us like on a watch along and post game.
Why do we only get drawing rooms? Remember that winning streak? I was talking to this came up with Cole too. Remember that streak, the unbeaten streak? Yeah. 9 games unbeaten.
It was like 8.
It was 2 wins.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah, we do a lot of draws here.
A lot of draws.
DNVR Rapids.
Dude, and honestly, dude.
D stands for draw.
The little bit, and you know this because you talk to Cole a lot more. Like, they understand, man. They get it.
For sure.
They get the frustration. Like, when you, like, they see the yelling, and they're not mad at it because they understand that.
I mean, I don't think they like it.
No, but they're also not. But they're also not upset with most people that yell because they understand that it's like, yeah, we need to be better. So.
Yeah, and it's funny. There's, the mindset, his mindset coming from, that kind of just like what he learned in Europe in his time in Belgium. He's like, everybody involved just gets more on your ass, right? That's the staff. That's the front office. That's players you interact with. That's the trainers. Everyone. If you're messing up,
yeah,
everyone is on your ass. Not just the coach and the press, right? It's like actually everyone. And he's like, it's just not the same here. He's like, it's like, you know what I mean? It's so much like friendlier here.
Yeah, that's the right word for it. It's way more chill, that's for sure.
And I hope he can just bring a little bit of that fire for it. You know what I mean? It'd be fun. It'd be fun for Diego to get a goal too if he comes back. That would be. We can lose, and if Diego scores a goal, it feels like we had a good tournament to me. Just to have him back, man. I just want to see it.
I would love to see a Diego goal.
I like to see him back. You wouldn't feel okay. I need wins at this point. I need results.
Is this going to be the saddest post game we've ever had?
No.
Oh hell no! There was that. The worst one for me was that Seattle one where they were down a man. The other team was down a man and they still drew.
Oh.
Or lost. I don't remember what it was.
The one where Lewis scored in like the second minute or whatever.
Yeah, and then that one's the worst to me for all time.
Yeah. What the hell? All right. Who's plugging us out of here?
Not me.
I'll do it. It's fine. DNVR Rapids on Twitter. Follow us there, please. Do all the fun stuff. Give this video a like if you're still watching. We really appreciate it. It's one of the best things that you can do to show your support to DNVR and Rapids all the way around.
Please.
Also, like us on, give us a 5-star review on Spotify, wherever you hear your podcast. That really helps us. We really appreciate that. We are a podcast. Just a reminder that you can also just hear audio if you'd like. And if you're tuned out by now, I'm sorry. Like, you're tuned out. Also, a big thank you for Drew Moor for coming on by. We love him, appreciate him. Great guy all the way around.
And a beautiful bobblehead.
Drew is here. Shout out to our guy.
Shout out to Drew effing Moore.
That was so fun. Dwayne, do you have anything to plug?
No.
All right.
We'll see you Monday.
Become a diehard at the DNVR.com. You get merchandise. Oh my God. Speaking of merchandise, there's literally the same sale I put on in the locker for Black Friday is the prices right now. Literally. It's the same prices. It's as good as it gets. Get some stuff. Go get some stuff right now. We'll hit the like button and then go get some stuff. Come down to the DNVR bar for the next, I believe it's the quarterfinals. If we win the group, we'll be at a time we can be open for. Does that sound right? Yep. Quarterfinal game?
Yeah, there's another.
So come on down.
Yep.
More important than all of that, the way we always do it, baby. Up the pits.